Hello guys, and welcome to this video in which I will replace the rear shocks on my Eddie Bauer Explorer. Before I start replacing the shocks, let's see how high the body is, and I'll take the color line, which is 82 centimeters as a reference point. First of all, I'll have to take the spare wheel off, so I can have easy access to the upper bolts. Taking the spare wheel off, helping it a little. And these are the shocks that I have in place. First, I'll clean the lower bolts. I'll spray some WD-40. Also spray some on the upper bolts. That is a 15mm hex. And an 18mm hex on the other side. But these depend on the bolts that you have on the car, because on the left side the bolt was different. The upper bolts are 13mm. It's much easier to do this procedure with the car on jack stands, but for some reason I decided not to. Just wanted to see if I can do it. I've done it, but it's much easier if you lift the car. Now just push the bolt out. And the shock just gets out. These are my new shocks, which are those heavy load shocks that also have a coil spring. And that is why I measured the height of the body, because with these new shocks it's supposed to be a little higher, but we'll see in the end. These are the shocks. They came with the upper bolts, but not the lower bolts, and also, of course, some instructions how to mount them. I did not activate these shocks because as I have read before, it's not mandatory. You can do it, but if not, they'll just activate themselves in the first few kilometers. Because they didn't fit, they were too long, because they were expanded, I used a ratchet strap to make them shorter and be able to fit them on the car. If the car would have been lifted or on jack stands, the suspension would have been lowered, so it would have been much easier to install the shocks. But as I said, for some reason I decided not to leave the car. Most likely just to make my job harder. These are the upper bolts that and nuts that came with the shock absorbers, and of course I'll use them. First I'll check the position, because the upper mount it's a little inclined, so it will fit perfectly on that place where it's supposed to be mounted. And after I seen which position it's supposed to go, I just place the shock there and search the bolts. Here they are, and I put the upper bolts, didn't tighten them, just put them to hold the shock in place. I didn't pay attention, and the strap was not letting the shock go into place, so I took it out as much as I could and used the jack to get the shock in the right place, to compress it and to make it fit. After it was almost there, I use a screwdriver to get it on the right position, and then, see, with the screwdriver I fixed it. And use the strap to tighten it a little bit and put the bolt in. The bolt couldn't get out, but I just put the nut to be sure. I had some new nuts that fit the bolt, so I used them. This is with a 19mm nut. That I released the strap and took it out. And of course tightened the bolt. I've done the same with the second shock. Use the ratchet strap to compress it and to be able to fit it on the car. The angle of the camera is not that good. I didn't realize at the moment. I've done the same, placing the upper bolts. And again, using the jack to put the shock in the position. With the experience previously acquired on the right side, it was much easier. If you're doing like I'm doing it, be sure not to to hit the bolt very hard, because you can damage the thread. In this case the bolt entered quite easily. And of course it's a different bolt, and the new nuts did not fit. And see, now we are almost at 84 centimeters, which is a gain of almost 2 centimeters. And because I forgot to record an ending sequence, here's a drone video with me driving the Explorer slowly. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helps you. Bye bye.